Well, hello friends. Today we are going to make a little improvement to the file manager app. We're going to add a modification date column because we got a bug report about that, and you got to take care of bug reports. I mean, you can take care of all of them all the time, but you gotta keep an eye on them and work on them as you go. So I guess that would be here that we would put an additional column that just shows the time last modification. Probably we can make this guy a little not as wide. Same thing with this guy. Let's see. So let's figure out what class this is because I don't remember. File manager main. Okay, so looks like it's a directory view here. And then directory view internally is either a list or an icon view, which means that it's like swapping between these two, a table view and an item view. So we're only interested in the table view case here, but both of them get their data that they're presenting, they get it from the same model, and that would be the G directory model. So here he is, and as you can see here, these are the columns in that model, so they match up with what we have here. And if you look at the column metadata, we can find the default width for the fields, so we can shrink those two a little bit. Just because why not? That will give us some free space to add another field. I'm not entirely sure that I love this column metadata API, but that's what I have right now. Maybe in the future it would be a bit different. Okay, so still some space here, but well, you know, why don't we go ahead and make it even smaller? We got the time. I mean, actually, I don't have that much time because I have to go to work. It's early morning here, but I can take 20 minutes to fix a bug. All right. Oh, there we go. Nice and tight. Look at that. Okay, so let's commit that separately before we continue. So let's just say directory model shrink the, what are they called? Permissions inode columns a little bit. Okay. Now let's add a new column then. I guess the easiest thing would be to put it at the rightmost position, but I think the modification time is a bit more interesting than the inode number, so we'll put it before the inode number. And then let's see, wherever we are using this, let's see, case column. Oh, we'll put it here. This is going to be loud or wide, so let's say modified instead. And who knows how wide that should be. Should probably implement some kind of feature that automatically decides how wide they should be based on like the contents. Like could be based on the header width or on the initial column data on first layout. I don't know. But right now we don't have that, so we have to hard code. So let's say 70 and text alignment center left. Left align dates, that's fine. Okay, And then do we have any more places where this is showing up? So it's here, it's here. And, oh, and what was this one? Okay, so there's two types of data role here that we're interested in the directory model. First is the sorting role, which is how we sort. So basically, like you can define an integer that's used to sort the data that is different from the textual representation of the data. So like that's what the sorting role is for. So you return an integer when you're asked for the sorting role for a cell in the model, and then you return the text if you're asked what to display for this cell in the model. So let's see. I guess that would just be the entry dot. What do we have here? Let's add m time to this guy, and let's see, entry dot m time. We're just gonna let's start out by being lazy here and just adding it as a number, and then we can pretty print it in a moment. But first we'll start with just a time t. M time, like that. And then, where do we create these? I don't remember. Looks like here probably, in directory model update, right? So here we just stat, or rather lstat, the path that we were looking at, and copy out a bunch of things from the stat struct. So we'll just copy out the m time, modification time, cannot convert an unsigned int to a GVariant. Well, that's fair. So GVariant currently doesn't support unsigned integer underneath, which is probably an oversight. Probably GVariant should have a date type actually, but we don't really have a date type, and I don't particularly want to do that right now because I'm a bit short on time. So let's just do something different. What's the biggest thing that we can put here? A float. Oh, well, that's just incredibly lazy, but fine. Let's expand this with unsigned, so that we can at least do unsigned. Unsigned int. We'll call this unsigned int. We'll call it uint. Do we have that? Is that what we would call it elsewhere? No? Uint like that? Unsigned int. I know we have it somewhere, yeah, in the JSON value, right? So, but I feel like I call it is uint. Yeah, so let's stick with that naming, is uint. Blah, 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 blah. Then we just kind of fill in a bunch of these. As uint. No, as uint. To int. Well, let's see. Let's be friendly about this here and say like assert uint is less than int32 max. As, because if it's bigger, then it's not going to fit. So I'm going to tell you. So I was mentioning in commute talk yesterday, like integer overflow is like this little thing that's starting to bother me more and more the more I think about it, and I should really, maybe at some point sit down and work out a good template solution for that. Anyways, let's see. So I guess we can add a where does that go? To uint as well, and this one should obviously be unsigned. Or well, we don't need a to uint right now, but we do need to add the as uint to the enum. So I'll just go down here. Okay, and then probably we need to implement a little bit more stuff in here as well, right? No. Well, actually, creating a GVariant from a JSON value now becomes slightly better because we can just do that. So, improvement happened. Very cool. But ultimately, we should really add like a date time type to libcore that could abstract an entire datetime, which would be tremendously useful, but it would take too much time to do right now. We'll put it that way, that's fine. Unsigned int. And here's the other one, the comparison operator. GVariant is kind of a sad class. Like you could do this using virtual functions instead, but I like that. I like this non-virtual variant of GVariant right now. I don't know what the best design would be. Virtual would allow us to add new variant types transparently, which is probably what we're going to want in the long run. But like I've said 5 times already in this video, not right now. Okay. So hopefully this will get accepted. So the reason that we need a GVariant is because everything in a G model is passed through variants. So when you're asking for the data for a given index, so the index is like a row and a column, and then everything in the model is like all these little cells that has a row and a column. And when you're asking for the data for a specific cell, you tell it which role, which data role are you interested in, and then you get a GVariant, which basically can contain any one of these types. That's the whole point, that you can return any type that you like. So but we didn't support the unsigned. And actually, this guy right here, for instance, we could also improve. I see that I've been casting to int here because I didn't have unsigned. So why don't we be nice and do that, actually, since we're doing this work anyway and we're so nearby. Do we have any other int casts? Is this a regex? No. No? Okay. Ooh, well, okay, so this was a long unsigned. Okay, fine, sorry. I'm not quite ready yet, because Seisty is long unsigned. Even though long unsigned and unsigned on Serenity is both 32-bit right now, long and not long unsigned, they're still distinct for the compiler. So let's just ignore that for now. We'll get there too. Okay, so everything's up and running. Let's have a look. And there's the modification time. And we can sort. Sorting works just fine. And it's got a timestamp in the past here. And okay, so let's try to print that out a little bit more nicely. So then we gotta look at the display role. We can put something like a timestamp string, maybe make like a helpful thingy for that. We already have our permissions here, so we'll say string timestamp string. Timestamp, I guess. And then what's the trick again that you do? Is it local time? Local time. Where is local time? Time.h. Is that it? Time. Timestamp. I think this is what you do, and then you get like, yeah, you get all the different components in here. So then we would do return string format. I guess. Wait, what am I trying to do? You. Okay, and then TM day. No, is it M day for day of the month? Yeah. I think this is year since 1900 also, so I think it's like that. And then TM hour, TM minute, and TM second. I feel like that's how you do that. Actually, maybe I've done this already in some place, probably. Yeah, look, all kinds of places. It's mon plus 1. Oh, I guess month is 0 based. So let's just do that right away. This is the kind of detail that I don't remember super clearly all the time, because I guess I don't do a lot of date functions, but I should make a date time, put it in libcore. Come here, buddy. Oh, yeah, well, he's too wide, that's for sure. And we should probably zero pad those because they look stupid. So I guess we'll do them like this. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't think of these. I wonder if I spelled this out exactly somewhere else already. I didn't. That's kind of curious. How did I do it elsewhere then? Oh, just a for you instead of a 0 for you. Well, that's the one I just wrote. Oh. Interesting. Maybe I've been copy and pasting this every time. Well, let's be consistent. I'm not going to live to see 5-digit years anyway, so who cares? If you are watching this in the year 10,000 and you are porting Serenity to work on 5-digit years, then cool. It'll be interesting to see what the system looks like then. Hopefully not exactly like this. That would make me a bit sad. But still very similar to this. Just, you know, faster and sleeker. Okay, so we just gotta make this guy like not a little bit wider. But I think the general idea is good. So what do we say? 110. I'm not super great at estimating pixel distances, so here we go. Let's just try 40 pixels wider. I guess I could print out how wide a column is when we're editing it. Wait, why am I opening the process manager? That didn't make any sense. Okay, and that's actually pretty good. All right, cool, cool. And you can see the proc file system here is created on my birthday. Fancy little Easter egg there, although I guess I just spoiled it. Yeah, that's working just right. Okay, cool. So I think that's gonna be it. So let's see what we have. So let's do the GVariant stuff separately. GVariant, CPP, and H. So we are just adding the unsigned int subtype of variant or type of variant. Let's see, GVariant. Yeah. GVariant, add unsigned int. Okay, and then in the directory model, we're now adding the column modification time, although for the text we just put modified because that's helpful enough that you know what that is. And then it's 110 pixels wide, text alignment center left. Here's the timestamp strings that we generate. Maybe this should go in a helper, but like, this should go in a helper, but not right now. Okay, so then for sorting, we sort by the mtime raw integer number, but for printing, we use timestamp string. Cool. And then we extract it from the stat data structure here when we are looking up the file. So it's just the mtime from the stat. And then here we're just adding the column to the enum and the field for the mtime. Very, very easy. Oh, and let's see if that, because the bug report was about file picker also. So let's just see that it got picked up automatically by file picker. So we're just trying to open a file and look at that, modified. And, oh, this guy is just too wide. That's because I have a stupidly wide thing. That's cool though, that's very cool. Okay, so modified shows up here, that's great. Git commit A. Now I'm not gonna forget this, so I'm gonna start with 373. Cool, and then libgui. Add modification time column. I mean date plus date time. Oh, just call it that. Oh, doesn't matter so much. I think that's it. So let's just push it. Boom. And let's see it one more time. And let's see it go away here too, because that's really neat. Aha, awesome. Okay. And look at that. Oh, and let's modify something. It's like make a, wait, why am I trying to do it here on my host? Let's make a new directory, we'll call it hello. And everything crashed. Why did everything crash? I have no idea. Probably has nothing to do with the modification time, that's for sure. Suspicious. Oh, I was not even in the right directory actually. Hello? Oh, there we are. Okay. But now we don't see the modification time. Dang it. Okay, so yeah, we can see that it's created then, and then we'll make friends, and yeah, you can see that he's created a bit later, so it's pretty cool. Okay, so think that's going to be it for today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, for hanging out, and I hope you saw something interesting, and I'll see you next time.